Welcome, everyone, to the latest update on the New England Patriots as we dive headfirst into one of the most intense periods of the NFL calendar, roster cutdown day. This is the time of year when teams across the league are forced to make some of the toughest decisions, trimming their squads down to 53 players, and the Patriots are no exception. Already, 14 players have been released, and as always, the final cuts come with surprises, questions, and the kind of speculation that keeps fans glued to every social media update, press release, and insider tip. The dynamics of this process are fascinating because they reveal not just who is talented, but who fits the system, who brings leadership, and who may have untapped potential waiting for the right opportunity to shine. Across the NFL, wide receiver movements have been a major storyline, and New England is no stranger to keeping a close eye on them. Terry McLaurin's situation, which had been under heavy speculation, ultimately concluded with him staying in Washington, securing a contract that puts him among the top earners in his position. At 30 years old, McLaurin is entering a stage where durability becomes as much a concern as skill, and while his contract is impressive, it raises questions about long-term value and fit within a team's offensive philosophy. For the Patriots, this is a reminder of the constant balancing act between chasing talent and managing resources. Historically, opportunities like this are rare, and decisions made a decade ago, like passing on McLaurin in favor of other draft picks, can echo forward as lessons in scouting, strategy, and timing. The ripple effect of these choices influences current roster construction, salary cap management, and the team's approach to free agency and trades. Meanwhile, Stefon Diggs' status has been clarified, giving the Patriots and their quarterback more certainty heading into the season. Diggs' presence is significant not just for the skill he brings, but for how he alters the dynamics of the offense. The way a top receiver integrates into a system affects quarterback decision-making, offensive schemes, and the development of younger players around him. Diggs has had his share of injuries, and his ability to return at full strength underscores both his resilience and the importance of careful management by the coaching staff. The interplay between a quarterback and his primary target is delicate, especially when considering systems like Josh McDaniels' offense, which demands timing, chemistry, and precise route execution. Having Diggs available from week one allows the team to plan with greater clarity, knowing that the top option can be relied upon while still nurturing secondary targets who might step up when called upon. Adding another layer to this conversation is the situation with Jakobi Meyers. Meyers' trade request from Las Vegas has introduced new possibilities for New England, and it's the kind of scenario that highlights the chess game front offices play during the off-season and preseason. Deciding whether to pursue a player like Meyers involves weighing multiple factors: the current state of the roster, injuries, contract considerations, and how a new addition would mesh with the existing offensive core. For instance, if key receivers are sidelined or limited early in the season, bringing in someone familiar with the system, or someone who can quickly adapt, becomes an intriguing proposition. It's not just about talent. It's about timing, fit, and the potential to elevate the team immediately while also keeping an eye on long-term development. Scenarios like this also test the management's ability to be proactive rather than reactive, seizing opportunities that align with strategic goals rather than waiting for circumstances to force decisions. The quarterback room itself has undergone adjustments, reflecting the fluid nature of roster planning. Injuries, trades, and depth considerations have pushed teams to think creatively about who they carry and who might be activated from practice squads. New England's approach has emphasized versatility and preparedness, ensuring that backup quarterbacks are ready to step in without disrupting offensive cohesion. This reflects a broader philosophy in modern football. While star players grab headlines, depth and reliability often determine a team's ability to weather a season successfully. Every roster decision, from the first-round draft picks to the last practice squad signings, contributes to a complex puzzle that coaches must solve before the regular season kickoff. Veterans returning to Foxborough, whether through trades, free agency, or practice squad promotions, provide both continuity and insight. Former players bring perspective, understanding the culture and expectations within the organization, and their comments often illuminate subtle shifts in strategy or mindset. When someone with experience praises a current coach or system, it's a signal that the leadership has earned credibility and that the team is operating with a level of professionalism and discipline that can translate to on-field success. This becomes particularly relevant when evaluating a coach like Mike VRABEL, whose approach emphasizes accountability, preparation, and a no-nonsense attitude. Players and former players alike recognize when a leader establishes standards that are non-negotiable, fostering a culture where effort, discipline, and team-first mentality are prerequisites for participation. VRABEL's influence on the Patriots extends beyond the XS and OS. His philosophy shapes how every player perceives their role, how the team responds to adversity, and how younger players develop under the guidance of seasoned veterans. It's a system designed to reward preparation and punish carelessness, emphasizing a team-first approach that ensures every player understands the stakes. For the Patriots, this approach can be transformative, especially when integrating new additions or managing the expectations of returning stars. The result is a roster that is not only technically sound, but also mentally prepared, with a focus on cohesion and collective responsibility. This alignment between coaching and player mindset often differentiates competitive teams from those that falter under pressure. Looking at individual player dynamics, the situation with Stefon Diggs demonstrates the intricate balance between talent utilization and system familiarity. When a quarterback communicates that he will not force passes to a star receiver, it's not a lack of confidence. Rather, it reflects an understanding of timing, spacing, and the overall offensive scheme. Diggs' ability to adapt and remain effective despite this approach speaks to his professionalism and the refinement of his skills. Similarly, the Patriots must evaluate how every wide receiver, tight end, and running back fits into the offensive puzzle, ensuring that each option complements the others while providing a viable target for critical situations. This evaluation requires a blend of statistical analysis, film study, and instinctive understanding of player tendencies, all of which contribute to roster decisions during cutdown and beyond. As we move deeper into the cutdown process, the story of Jakobi Meyers emerges as one of the most intriguing subplots for the New England Patriots this offseason. Meyers' trade request from Las Vegas signals a shift in his career trajectory, but it also opens a door for New England to revisit a player they once passed on in favor of other options. The dynamics of this situation are complex because it involves evaluating immediate needs, potential long-term contributions, and how his addition could reshape the offensive hierarchy. In the context of injuries or players being on the physically unable to perform list for the opening weeks, acquiring someone like Meyers could provide a significant boost. His familiarity with Patriot-style systems, route discipline, and ability to create separation make him an attractive option, particularly when considering the chemistry needed between quarterback and receiver. The timing of his availability may align perfectly with the Patriots' need to balance veteran experience with emerging talent, creating a dynamic that could pay dividends both early and later in the season. The quarterback situation continues to be a focal point, not just for depth, but also for the strategic flexibility it offers. With multiple quarterbacks available, each with different skill sets and levels of experience, the Patriots have the opportunity to approach offensive schemes in a way that maximizes the strengths of each player. This is critical because an effective quarterback room influences the timing of routes, the cadence of the offense, and the confidence of the receiving corps. When you consider the integration of someone like Diggs or potentially Meyers, it becomes clear that New England is focused on ensuring every option complements the others while giving the quarterback a reliable toolkit to attack defenses. The balance between primary and secondary targets and the ability to adjust on the fly is essential in an era where defenses are increasingly complex, versatile, and quick to exploit weaknesses. Veteran leadership has also become a cornerstone of the Patriots' approach this year. Returning players and those with prior experience in Foxborough provide stability, insight, and mentorship to younger athletes navigating the pressures of professional football. Their observations often highlight subtle but impactful changes in team culture, training methods, and expectations, which can influence performance on game day. When seasoned voices like these publicly endorse the coaching staff, it's not merely a statement of support. It reflects a belief in the strategic direction and the capacity of the team to execute at a high level. For players entering a new system or returning from injury, having these mentors around helps accelerate adaptation, reinforces accountability, and instills a sense of collective responsibility that is invaluable during the long grind of an NFL season. Coach Mike VRABEL's philosophy remains central to this narrative. His no-nonsense approach, emphasizing discipline, preparation, and team-first mentality, sets a tone that impacts every player on the roster. VRABEL's system demands that athletes buy into a collective vision where individual accolades take a back seat to team performance. This culture shift is particularly noticeable during roster cutdowns, as players must demonstrate not only skill, but also adaptability, intelligence, and willingness to embrace their roles. Those who fail to meet the standard are not tolerated, and this enforcement creates an environment where focus and execution become non-negotiable. For the Patriots, this approach is transforming how the roster operates, fostering cohesion and accountability, and potentially allowing the team to avoid the pitfalls that have derailed other franchises in recent seasons. In terms of wide receiver strategy, the combination of established stars and emerging talent is vital for offensive balance. Stephon Diggs' confirmed readiness is a cornerstone of this plan, providing a reliable target capable of stretching defenses and creating opportunities for other players. His integration into the team highlights the importance of timing, chemistry, and precise route execution, particularly in an offense that relies heavily on coordination between the quarterback and the receiving core. Meanwhile, Jacoby Myers, if acquired, could occupy a complementary role, offering versatility and reliability while reducing pressure on primary targets. The ability to rotate options and maintain consistent production, even when defenses attempt to isolate top receivers, is a hallmark of successful offenses and is precisely what the Patriots are aiming to achieve with their personnel strategy. The depth at skill positions also underscores the importance of forward-looking roster management. Injuries are an inevitable part of the NFL, and the Patriots are positioning themselves to respond effectively to any setbacks. This requires careful evaluation of talent, contract implications, and how each player's skill set aligns with the team's philosophy. It is not enough to have top-tier starters. The supporting cast must be capable of stepping up without disrupting offensive flow or defensive integrity. Coaches, scouts, and front office personnel must collaborate to anticipate potential scenarios, weighing experience against upside, and making decisions that balance short-term gains with long-term flexibility. For the Patriots, this strategy reflects a broader organizational commitment to sustainability, competitiveness, and adaptability in a league where every decision has cascading effects. The management of contracts and player acquisitions is another crucial factor shaping roster decisions. High-profile contracts, like that of Terry McLaurin, influence how teams allocate resources, prioritize positional needs, and plan for future flexibility. While McLaurin's deal may not directly involve the Patriots, it sets context for evaluating other opportunities, demonstrating how top-tier talent is valued across the league. Financial prudence, alongside strategic foresight, allows the Patriots to pursue acquisitions like Myers or reinforce depth without overcommitting resources. This balance is essential in a salary cap-driven environment, where missteps can limit options in future seasons and constrain the team's ability to respond to unforeseen challenges. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors have begun to swirl around the New England Patriots locker room after shocking comments allegedly made by head coach Mike VRABEL, suggesting that a player may be contaminating the team's environment. Sources close to the organization claim that VRABEL's statements, though not officially confirmed in a press release, have sent shockwaves through the fan base and sparked intense speculation across sports media. Insiders suggest that the remark was made during a team meeting intended to address internal cohesion and accountability, but the choice of the word contaminating has led to heated debate among analysts and supporters alike. Some believe that VRABEL's comment points to ongoing issues with attitude or professionalism, perhaps highlighting a player who has been undermining team chemistry, failing to adhere to leadership expectations, or engaging in off-field behavior that conflicts with the team's culture. Fans and commentators have taken to social media to dissect every potential candidate, fueling a frenzy of rumor and conjecture that seems to grow more intense with each passing hour. While the identity of the player remains unknown, the mere suggestion of internal conflict has cast a shadow over the Patriots locker room at a time when the team is expected to focus on performance, strategy, and cohesion. Analysts warn that this could affect not only morale, but also public perception, potentially leading to media scrutiny and pressure on the organization to address the alleged issue. The timing of VRABEL's comment has only added to the intrigue, as the Patriots are preparing for a crucial stretch of the season where consistency and unity are paramount. Sources indicate that the remark may have been aimed at prompting self-reflection and accountability among the players, but observers argue that it may have the opposite effect, sparking paranoia and mistrust within the squad. Sports psychologists emphasize that public acknowledgement of internal strife, even indirectly, can have a ripple effect on team dynamics, influencing performance, communication, and decision-making on the field. Moreover, the timing coincides with an intense media cycle in which rumors spread at lightning speed, making it difficult for the Patriots to control the narrative. Fans and pundits alike have begun speculating on which position group or individual could be the source of VRABEL's frustration, ranging from high-profile stars to lesser-known role players, each theory carrying its own implications for trade rumors, locker room hierarchy, and team morale. Meanwhile, VRABEL himself has maintained a tight-lipped approach in interviews, refusing to clarify his statement and only emphasizing the importance of accountability, professionalism, and shared commitment to the Patriots' goals. As speculation grows, questions arise about whether the team can compartmentalize internal concerns while maintaining focus on on-field execution, or if the rumor mill itself will become a distraction that undermines preparation and cohesion. Adding fuel to the fire, former Patriots players and league insiders have weighed in with their own interpretations of what VRABEL might have meant by a player contaminating the locker room. Many suggest that this language often signals frustration with behavior that disrupts team chemistry, such as missed practices, poor attitude, or clashes with leadership and coaching staff. Others theorize that it could relate to off-field controversies that risk negative publicity, thereby impacting the organization's broader image. The speculation has intensified on sports talk shows, podcasts, and social media platforms, where pundits analyze past player interactions, temperaments, and reported incidents to identify potential candidates. Some analysts caution that the rumor may be exaggerated, noting that coaches often use strong language to motivate players internally without intending public alarm. Still, the ambiguity of VRABEL's statement has made it nearly impossible to separate fact from conjecture, leaving fans and media alike grasping for any clue that might reveal the truth. Compounding the mystery, insiders report that the locker room atmosphere is tense, with teammates conscious of the scrutiny and rumors circulating beyond the team's walls. As the Patriots navigate this period, the internal dynamics could become as compelling a storyline as any game, illustrating how leadership, communication, and trust are constantly tested under the intense lens of professional sports. Meanwhile, betting markets and fantasy football analysts have also begun factoring the rumor into their projections, considering whether the alleged disruptive presence could influence player performance, team outcomes, and strategic decisions. Some sport commentators have posited that VRABEL's remark may be an early warning to management about potential trade considerations or contract implications, suggesting that the player in question could be on thin ice if behavior does not align with team expectations. This has led to a speculative frenzy among fans attempting to connect dots between recent performances, reported locker room incidents, and media leaks. High-profile games approaching on the schedule have only intensified the scrutiny, as every decision and on-field performance is now viewed through the lens of potential internal conflict. Analysts stress that a single rumor, if left unaddressed, can affect cohesion, trust, and communication during critical moments, influencing play calling, collaboration among teammates, and overall team morale. Meanwhile, the Patriots management has refrained from public comment, signaling either a desire to handle the situation internally or a strategic decision to avoid escalating the story. The tension between maintaining transparency, protecting the team's image, and ensuring focus on performance has created a delicate balancing act as media outlets continue to dissect each word from VRABEL and speculate endlessly about the implications. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.